Hi everyone and welcome back. This is Dark Dragon. This is my full review for the Legion Go 2. This week has been a very frustrating and amazing week with the device. So I will give you my ups and downs. So I have 5 things that I really like and 5 things that I really hate about this machine. And at the end, I will also give you a recommendation if you should or should not get this machine. I will also on the bottom will be putting a timestamp. So this way, if you want to go to a specific spot in the video that you want to basically view based on what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and jump there. I also will be making a future video with the Ally X for both machines. Basically, I'm going to compare them both. So this way I can tell you what I like and hate about one or the other and which one I recommend as my main driver for me and could be the same thing for you. If no further ado, here's my review. Thank you for watching and please leave a like and follow. Take care. All right, so the first thing that I really like about this device is going to be the screen. The front and center, the main selling point of this device is this OLED beautiful screen. It's a VRR HDR 1000 and it has a 1100 nit brightness. So it's pretty bright. It's pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it's really freaking good. Um, Also being an OLED screen, there's no denying this. But again, video or recording is not gonna make justice to this unless you have an amazing camera. Other than that, this you have to see it for yourself face to face, so you can kind of see how beautiful this thing is. And as soon as you see it, you want to you want to watch a movie, play a game, something that kind of pop. The colors pop. Blacks are black and whites are white. This is good. I'm gonna be running some gameplay of Ori and some of the other games like No Rest for the Wicked in the background, and you will see how bright some of the white it is. And Ori pretty much look like a light bulb. You can barely tell or take or see or Ori body in the game. I mean, when you record it, that's when you record it. But when you play it, Ori looks beautiful as you play. But if you try to record it, it just does not do any justice. It just looks like an overblown light bulb moving around. And the other thing that I really like is how they try to make this bevel as small as possible. I'm gonna bring the original here so you can kind of see. You can see the edges. They're very square. They're very sharp, and I like it. Versus the original one, they're basically round. So because it's an 8.8, I thought that screen protector would have fit the same thing for this one. It won't. It only covered this much for some reason. You had to get one specifically for this model. The screen protector for this model will not fit this one. I don't know why. It just doesn't fit. It just kind of do this weird cut right here and this up to there. But then again, you can see here like the bubbles on this one is thicker on the sides, on both sides, but it's smaller on the top. So they kind of found a balance here, as you can see. They kind of push it in a little more and then bring this down just a little, and then the bottom they just bring it up all the way. As you can see here, the bottom is all the way flush almost to the edges, and so is the top versus here. But they had to do what they had to do to get what they need to get here. um the second thing that I love about this device, and this is something that every handheld needs to do, everyone, the minimum for memory should be 32 gigs. 32 gigs off the bat need to be for every device. That's one thing that I like about this. Because of that, this menu is very snappy. It's not as snappy as I wanted to. I think it should be faster, but I think with more updates, this is gonna get faster. So memory is my second thing that I really like about this. The third one is gonna be the buttons. These buttons, I love them. These buttons are really, really nice. They feel way better. And I'm gonna bring the other one here. This is the Ally X. The buttons on the Ally X, they feel good, but this feel way better. The only thing is the Ally X is way too clicky for me. Way too clicky. It clicks way too much. It's too loud. This one, they do, but they are very subtle with the sound. The sounds are very subtle of how clicky it is. Um, the fourth thing that I love and I like about this improvement from the original one is gonna be the battery, of course. So we got more memory, twice the memory, and we have basically almost twice the amount of battery. This one comes with a 74 watt-hour battery versus the original has around 49 watts, almost 50. It's in the 40s somewhere. Um, and that's great. I wish because it's so big, it's a lot bigger than this competitor. This one has an 80 watt hour battery because this one has an 80 watt. I don't know why they could not fit an 80 watt in here. Well, get that extra six in there or even make it bigger. I know there is a mod for the original one. For the original one, there's a mod for this one that you can bring it to 81. So I'm not sure how can you do 81 here on the original one, but you cannot do the same thing on the updated one. I'm just saying there's gonna be a mod for this one to kind of beef it up more with the battery, um, and hopefully we can do that mod and get that done. The fifth thing that I love about this device is remote play. You know how they say the Ala X is basically an Xbox, and everybody saying it's not an Xbox? I'm sorry. This thing is an Xbox. This thing is an Xbox. Both of them are any handheld, PC handheld that you can carry Xbox software in here, like you see right here for for you to play your games for Microsoft. It's an Xbox. Even if you have it on your PC, only if you can get this little bad boy right here. Right there. As you can see right there, look like a little console, like a little Xbox sideways. When you press it, you will have your Xbox to come up here and you basically tap it and you will be going into your Xbox and basically becomes a PlayStation Portable. This is what it's going to do. It's going to become a PlayStation Portable, but it's going to be basically an Xbox Portable. You can also play your PlayStation games here. You just got to download the right application to be able to connect it to your PlayStation and play it portably. So as you can see, this is my Xbox dashboard. You can play any game here. Any Xbox. I'm gonna say it this way: any Xbox game that you own, you can still play it on this device. It's not gonna be locally. That's what probably most people want. It's a locally device, but if you don't have that game, if you're not in a place that has a good internet, then this will do you right. I mean, it did me right with this one. This one worked out really well. I was kind of iffy about this. And when I take it to my grandmother or someplace else, it works out. Um, the same thing. I have it set up that I can go anywhere remotely and be able to turn my Xbox remotely, as long as I'm able to log in with a good Wi-Fi. So you should be able to do that. It's better if you do it at home. Let's say if you got a wife and kids and they want to watch TV, but you want to play your games on your Xbox, but just pick this up and connect it remotely. Do a remote play, and you're good to go. We can run Cyberpunk if we want. Let's try to do that real quick. You see? All right. As you can see, we have Cyberpunk here already loaded. And again, it's not gonna look perfect. It's all gonna base on your internet. If you have a very fast internet connection, it's gonna look way better. That is gonna be true. But it's gonna look way better if you play locally here. But you still have this as an option to play your Xbox game on your Legion Go or any PC handheld device you can play your games. Also, if you because you see like the Xbox button doesn't work here, you're gonna get this little thing right here on the top on the corners when you tap the screen, and you're gonna have this. So you have a little Xbox button right there. You see it. So a little Xbox button right there. When you click on that, you're gonna get your menu, and this way you can kind of, oh, sorry, no touch screen here. only those, and then you use a controller and go home. When you go home, you're done. And from here, you just basically tap it if you want, tap the screen, so you can bring that out. And then you can decide to disconnect. And you just disconnect. And we're gonna do that right now. The first thing that I hate about this device is gonna be the price. $1350 is way too much. With taxes, we are looking around 1400. So for me, it cost me 1430. I know some people that pay at least 1450 with taxes also. So it really depends on the area where you're in. Some taxes may be higher and lower than some places in the US. So that's gonna be, you're gonna be paying somewhere in the ballpark of 1300, give or take. And wherever you get this, if they don't have free shipping, then you're gonna be paying a little more because of the shipping. You have to pay for shipping. I got free shipping for mine, so that's a good part. Um, but that's my number one dislike about this is the price. I feel like this should be priced at least 1100. They have a second model that has a 16 gigs with 1 terabyte, and it has a Z2, but that's not a real Z2. It's a Z1 renamed Z2. So it's an updated version of a Z1, but it's still weaker than the Z1 Extreme. So they need to get rid of that model. I'll be honest. They just need to get rid of completely that model and have this model and bring it down to that price range. 1100 with this entire package, that is what I believe that this device really worth. They overpricing this thing way too much, and even this thing needs to be at least $1,000 flat or $900. I will say the sweet spot for this thing, the way it is $900, because you have an OLED screen does not justify that you need to bump up the price. It does not justify. Look what Val did. They put a OLED screen on their device and they didn't jack up the price ridiculous. They just increased the price, properly enough. Just you get is right on the sweet space, not too much. They want people to get into the ecosystem. So I know what they're trying to do. This is a premium device. Don't get me wrong. Um, the other thing that I dislike about this, as you can see, this thing's too reflective. The screen is extremely glossy. Let me turn the screen. You see myself here. You see my light on the ceiling. Look at my all the lights here. This thing is way too reflective, too glossy, and that's because it's an OLED. But they could have put some kind of matte finish on the screen, so the light do not reflect, or things do not reflect too much into it. I'm gonna I'm gonna put a video right here in the background, as you can see me walking outside. How everything bounce off this thing. This thing is a mirror. This thing is a freaking mirror. Everything bounce off. And I can see myself. It's hard to play. If you walk outside, it's hard to play with this device outside. I mean, this device is good for you to be playing indoors. But sometimes you go to a park, you go to the mall, you go somewhere, but this thing is too damn reflective. Everything reflects too much on this device, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Um, the other thing that I don't like about it, the controllers. The biggest gripe I have about these controllers is the sticks. This sticks right here, way too fucking loose. They're too soft, too loose. I have a difficulty playing Call of Duty with this thing, or should I say any competitive first person shooter. I have a hard time playing competitive shooters. Like Gears of War is fine if I play single player, but if I'm gonna go online, I need to switch over and bring over this controller, or I have to detach this and connect it to this. So you have to connect this here, that you can put your controllers there, and you can just have it as a single unit. And you can see, after you grab this and you connect it, it becomes one controller. So this way I can play Call of Duty. It's not still not the best because still this thing is way too loose. To aim is it's not bad. It's just like I say, it's too loose. Like the guns move way too much. And for you to be very accurate, it's kind of hard. I wish that when you pop these buttons out, because you can pop them out like right there. I wish they had like a lock that you can click it so you can be able to put more tension into these sticks. If Lenovo, if you're listening, or if you're watching this video, do an update to this controller and put some tension on this. The reason I'm saying that because on my controller, on my Pro controller, I have this and I have tension. I have a little key that and I can put more tension into the sticks or take some tensions off. So I can make it as loose as this thing is or as super tight as this one is. Even though I can move quick if I want to, but this is forcing it. But look, this is very minor movement and it's got some really good amount of tension. Here, I don't know if you can see, I'm not moving it yet. It's too down loose. The only way you're gonna see what I mean is by basically getting the device and you will notice immediately how loose this thing is. This controller is really good for every other game that is not a competitive first-person shooter, single-player game, or any other game that is not majorly first-person competitive, like Call of Duty or Valorant, for example. This is good for like games like Gears of War. If you're gonna play single player, but if you're gonna go online, I recommend to pick up a controller, complete controller. With this one, it's not to compare them, but this is better. This right here is way better. I'm doing this because it's too damn reflective and I hate seeing myself. The other thing that I dislike about this unit is the lack of how easy it is to upgrade your SSD, the SSD part of it. The SSD is behind a battery and a fan. You need to take the entire battery. The batteries from this side follow with this sticks here that's connected to another side. So you got to take this battery out. So you got to take the battery from this side out. Then you have the fan right here. You got to disconnect the fan. Then you can get to the SSD slot. I don't like that. That's way too much work. So, and again, don't want to compare, but I have to. This one, you just pop it out and the SSD is right there. Right there. It's right in your face. You just unplug the battery, or if you don't want to, just move the cable out of the way, unscrew the button, take the old one out and put the new one in and screw it back on. You're done. And you just put the back piece back on the unit. That is easy to customize this. This one is not. One other thing, this is the last one, and this is the last thing that I dislike, is how they allow you to customize everything with all these buttons that you have, but it's a set of buttons that I need to be able to customize. This is two new buttons they added here. This is a application switcher, and this one is a minimize kind of window. And I'm going to show you what I mean with that. And this one, of course, everyone knows, if you can see, button to open the Legion Space application. Let me show you real quick here about those buttons. So this, when you press this button, you get this window switcher here. You see this one. It's not bad, but I like the Xbox full experience window switcher. So what I did, I changed it from this to this. So this is the only button that you can customize from those three that I'm mentioning. The Legion Space button and this two. There's two buttons right here on the side. They used to be on this spot and they moved them up there. That's a good decision, awesome decision. I was mad that that was not this way from the originally. As you can see, it's not there. They have them right there, this way. So I was kind of mad and irritated that that was the case. They were down here instead of up here like they are right now. But they added these two new buttons. I mean, they just added these two new buttons and they just remapped this ones. Um, but this one right here, you see, if you press it, doesn't do anything. The only way this one works if you are in main Windows. So if you're in Windows and you press the button, whichever application you had open is gonna minimize it and open it. Minimize it and open it. That's what this button is. It does for me. And if you go to Legion Space, there is no way to customize this button. Let's say this one. This one, I don't care of going to Legion Space. I don't care that you have this button to be able to go to Legion Space at all. I don't care for it. I should be able to customize the Legion Space button and these two buttons right here. Lenovo, if you do see this video again, please allow us to customize these buttons to do what we want. So the way that I customize it is pretty much to give me this, pretty much. Oop, let me see here. There we go. So the menu right here, because it's not available to you to use it. Any of these buttons is hard. You can need an Xbox button. So for me to add the Xbox button is basically I did this one to that one. So that's what I did here. To be able to have the Xbox button. And this one, like I said, it's just what's the purpose of this? So the Windows switcher that I created, I'm put it in the back of the controller. This button right here, I put it right here in this one. And then the one that was programmed on that button originally, I put on this side. So the one that used to be programmed here, now it's on this side. I left it there just for shits and giggles. And this one is the one from Legion. I mean, the one from the Xbox. So let's go back here to full experience. So you can see we have full experience. So click it and you see that's what it does. So instead of me going up like this, I just press that button back here, this button right here. Just click it and boom. And on here on this one, you got the Xbox button right here. And you can do that by just either tapping this and you get the menu, this menu. And if you hold it, you get this, the window switcher, by holding it, the Xbox button. So if I want to have that same feature here, I have to basically have a controller. If I press it, the X button, I get the menu. If I hold it, I get the switcher. This button is hard to add it here because the Ally already had it added to your unit from the get-go, but you know, Lenovo was not thinking that far ahead because they were not dealing with Microsoft. But because of that, this is my last thing that I really dislike is for them to add this, have these three buttons to basically be customizable. So this way we can put whichever command that we want easily here. Especially, like I said, the menu one, I wanted to put it up here. I wanted the Legion space to be the menu. And I want this one to be the switcher. But because I cannot do it, I have this switcher here that I prefer instead of the other switcher, which is this one right here. I don't like too much this one. All right, guys, so this is my final thought on the Legion Go 2. This is an amazing device. It's a premium device. It feels premium, even though it's all plastic. It feels premium. They did a wonderful job on the design of this machine. Also, the screen is beautiful. It's a stunning OLED screen. It's beautiful. You just Google Gaga all over the screen. But my thing is, I cannot recommend this device based on the price. Based on the price of this thing, I cannot recommend it. It's too damn expensive. it's the bottom line. Let's say it's too expensive. What I can recommend is buy the controllers, and if you have the original, just add it to the original because of the extra two buttons here. That will be the only recommendation I can give you. But if you have money to burn, go ahead and get it. You're not gonna be disappointed. My score for this is gonna be a 8 out of 10 because how great this machine is. But the reason it's not a 9 or a 10 is because of the price. That is the only thing is gonna bring it down. And also this joysticks are really, really soft, too loose for me, as I mentioned before. I will put a link on the bottom for the controllers. So if you guys want to buy the controller by themselves, you can buy them so you can add it to your Legion Go 1 if you want to do that. And I'm also going to recommend the Genki bag so you can be able to travel or carry this bad boy with you anywhere you want. That's the one that I use and I love it. All right. If this video was helpful in any shape or form, please leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.